got my ass and stuff. Hmm. So menu. Where's the radio? Radio apps. Infotainment. Now live on your channel. So the Empire, huh? What is this? We touch on. I guess, for the people who come in. I'm here endorsing like pretty much big tuna salad. And the tuna I've heard is like 500, 600 pounds. And I was thinking like tuna farming, you know, is like tapa or toga party, you know? Like if you have a toga party, that she's eating a tuna salad and all young girls should be eating healthy, you know? It's like hummus maybe or vegan. And so there's a place called Locust Valley to get this kind of tuna salad and like cruelty free. It's probably 11.99, plus tax. And of course, there's going to be more than that. You know, life is all about just reviewing the Bible. See this? Hey, everyone. Do you ever die? I'm just curious. Like, do they feed Israeli something? Or listen, you two shouldn't be in the same chat. Hey, Bam. Chief Warrant Officer, I need you to regulate this whole Israel non-Israel thing. I mean, you don't even get XP. Why do that in my chat? You should be making sure you're logging every hour, doing the stab bees fat, spell that, and you get beat Mark Mays. I'm trying to convince Mark Mays to turn off his XP and crown you fucking king. You army rugrat. Alright? I have my fucking Bible here. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh god. Hebron, that means he's happy to see you or didn't die. You were complaining is like, I'm still alive, by the way. If anybody cares. And Beelzebub, do you know who the fuck I am? I'm Belial, the antagonist of Saint Nathaniel, formerly Saint Bartholomew. Why are you just trying to piss me off? What if I sent Lucifer to just bomb the shit out of you? Like we've pretty much confirmed that he's a fucking demon, right? He's a contractor under Beelzebub, the Lord of the Flies, and the Epstein files. If you're like dyslexic, so go ahead, Joe. And I'm supposed to say Israeli, or even regal, fucking brother kings. This is like worse than King Arthur and the Round Table. Pick a lane. I 5 chatters, one like. Herb, I resisted your thing just to prove to myself that I am not if I fingered you long enough, all of you would come. So here, look at that. It's a very secret Epstein Island only website, and I'm here promoting fucking tuna salad. There's Belial. Do you guys know who Belial is in the Maleficum of all the demons? He sits on the throne, does get rich quick schemes, but then as soon as a human gets him, is like, I'm not going to do that because all my friends are going to steal it. Persian. Do you know what Hebrew persuasion means to me? It's like I prefer person of French vanilla. Anytime you go beyond one term, you become French vanilla because that's as relevant as Hebrew persuasion. There's regular persuasion from, let's say, Madagascar or India or Guyana or Filipino or Russian or Ukrainian. And then there's Hebrew persuasion. You have closed off all doors in getting tribute for them. That's the most lawful good shit I've ever heard in all my life. You guys are all supposed to be chaotic evil warriors with swords and evil artifacts shooting out like either cum or frothy pink semen or shooting shit out of your ass. Okay? So, who said you could be lawful good, Hebron? You know the Hebron doctrine? I did some research. You drank too much last night. Well, whatever. Herb, you are now Lucifer, the morning star, because you look like him. Put you in armor and you'd be arrogant as all hell, like a fucking Roman emperor, Caligula. I have spoken, and I've spoken loudly. Thank you for the likes. A 4 out of 7 ain't bad. At least that's over majority. Yes, I keep track of all of you. Did you guys care that Tel Aviv or Israel is being bombed? A lot of you are probably clapping, and I was like, "What if you need Evron later?" You ever do that, like in the video games? It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this NPC." Turns out you shouldn't have. He's got the magical quest that unlocks all of the easier things. Okay, that's how I do save scumming. Like I'm annoyed by him. Well, oh shit, yeah. And now this is where, like, you appeal, like Moses appeals to God. Like Moses is like, some of them talk back to me and shit. What are you supposed to do? Laugh with me because that's all I can do. You're the guy in charge. You trained all these people to attack you. You know. So of course that's a long, long time. And until I go to the control panel, I can't, you know. Oh shit, that's funny. I mean, I'm. Oh, there it is. He's just timed out, like 64,000 seconds. So this is good payback. Hey, son, remember what I told you in the Gumtown chat? Do all that. We're gonna have a slap fight. Autistic slap fights in my chat. You know. So isn't she pretty? Like, wouldn't you want to share a tuna salad with her first date? You know. Do you see the price in that? The tuna salad from Locust Valley. It's $11. Why? I told him we have an agreement. It's like I don't want to be mobbed. It's slap fighting. It's not real fighting because Hebron really just doesn't know how to play fight. He will just literally go for your ankle or jugular, And it's like I'd rather not mod. That way, it's even. He timed out Bam, and then Bam timed him out. That's zero. We're back at zero. So if I'm not going to say no denied, I'm going to say no considered. Okay? I've considered all the things. The most expensive accounting computation is all the consequences. So in your Gumtown chat, feel free. He came there to complain to you, mod him there, not a problem. If I go in there, I'm not modded, he can time me out. This is what is called balance of power. Holy crap, 5 of the things. In the meantime, in my chat, and don't call me boss if you're planning to overthrow me. Call me fuckface. Call me scrub. Call me employee. That's false pretenses. Boss. Boss is a 4-letter word. So is NYPD. Okay, and so is town. I want all of you to get your shit out. You know, I want you to remember this thing. Nothing you do on this site or this live today will be as important as going home to your family and loved ones. You know how many soldiers go to war? It's like, man, why did I go to war? You want to go to war for Hebron as a favor? Get your favors first and then do shit. Tell all your Israeli family to make Gumtown bigger than Chatterbox. I'm sure he'll get right on it. If you paid your money as usual, I'll send you $100, $100. Get mod back. At this point, you know how much you are worth. There, at this point, we're all haggling about the price. And if you're my son, I didn't raise you to be like some fucking hooker, gold digging, home wrecking, piece of shit, male gigolo. And that's the nicest thing I can say in all of this. You have a business of your very own. You get 153 views after every 12 hours. That's not a decent. That's not a bad hunk of change. Better small gains than all the gains. There's a streamer called Foodie Beauty. She made 20,000 a month. Now she's homeless in a forest, rubbing her clit. You want to be like that? Be my guest. I tried. Don't go crying at me. Just like watch Godfather again. Keep all your friends close, but your enemies closer. That way you can whisper to them, you know that thing you want to do to me? Do it to him first. Popcorn. We went through this. You made me swear by my deity never to mod you in all this. Because you know how you get. You have an epic meltdown and you probably have high blood. Maybe diabetic. You're trying to lose weight. So let this one go. Visit I have a link that will cheer you the fuck up, man. I am your protection. I understand. I understand. Already you're negotiating the blanket protection. Okay? I here. This will make you feel better because you like girls. I'm pretty sure you do. For some reason, don't f me. Don't f for some reason. Don't f me. Don't f with me. Don't f against me. I'm gonna try to post a link for this. It's the one with Shayla Quinn. This. It's the one with Shayla Quinn, where like she's spreading her cooch for all to see confidently. Now, if all of you are still in here, click that link, leave my stream, go 20 minutes in, 23. You'll just calm down with that. Otherwise, I'm going to start reading from this and you'll be really bored. The aim is zero chatters, zero chats, zero kings, zero emperors, zero Trumps visiting under incognito. I'm pretty sure Donald Trump, president, is scared to shit that I will just have him like flogged before all the people. So he avoids my stream all the people. So he avoids my stream all the fucking time. You never, hey Nate, by presidential mandate, shut the stream down. Says you, faggot. Go nuke Israel for me or some shit like that. Now for all the people who are pissed, bam, you're in the right here, JKK. You know, you got hit, you hit back. Thank you, Ronaldo. It's probably the retouch. See, when I press retouch off, Jesus fucking Christ, man, I'm still pissed. How many times do you time him out for that? There is no protection because Bam, despite all his PTSD after coming from the war, here I am, a civilian, trying to spend my pension. I give $100 here, $100 there, and then there's you. Like, Steven didn't protect me, Raptor didn't protect me. I have to do vigilante here. So I want to get all of Bam's ugly trauma out. Give me all your PTSD, Bam, before you hurt yourself. You know? Like, here's the danger in a soldier. Once he commits murder, then he has no problem committing suicide. And I like Bam. You know? I'd rather you commit suicide and then murder, become a zombie, and come back to life. Like I said to myself, hi, notice Hebron, it's getting less and less. He wants to time you out for a whole fucking day, and he's simmering down, and you realize like Superman versus Batman. First hit, yes, good. Did you click my link, by the way? Like, I'm gonna pin it. Well, get this. Hi, Seaman. So this is an intervention on Hebron. He has an entire doctrine named after him. Okay. I don't know if you guys use real names. not enough caffeine. Late master. Like you want to be sweaty? You know how many people in the dwarves that like sand? Why didn't you just choose skilly? You guys want to see my skilly face? You chose sweaty. So, but if you want, get one of these. Get one of these. There is no caffeine in there. And that's two Jews. There's a big Jew telling the little Jew, "Hey Murray, the more you complain, the longer Hashem makes you live." Did you see that yoga, everyone? You got it. When Bam he gives you the harsh, I give you the sweet. That's an entire hour of me zooming in on a like basically, you know, forbidden fruits. It's been up for a week. I haven't had a takedown notice from her. Unlike with you, the fucking woman who has all the reason to be offended is nice and kind to me. It's like, you just got out of prison, you deserve this. Ow! And she's like, all those people talking shit, and she starts talking shit about people talking shit. I don't mind the hypocrisy. It's like, I told the guys, the photographers, if all Muslims did this, I wouldn't mind 5 times a day praying. Can Imran do this? Can he set one stream to public? No. What's the deal? Just for you, since Bam is kind of cooled down, he's not typing you out every 2 seconds. Thank you, Bam. We'll hail the JKK. I'm going to do a super chat for you in Seinfeld voice. What's the deal with Nate's audio? Bow, ba, bum, bum, bow, ba, 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 ba. Like, I'm not going to read anybody else's chats there. And I'm back. So, there's also this, like, got my ass. Yes, let's all talk video games and nothing about politics because that shit's boring. The boredom. You get a Nobel Peace Prize for solving Israel and Palestine. But is my wife cheating on me? And that dumb whore, can I find the guy and stab him in the dick? Like that. All right? Has anybody tried Starry? Why are you losing yourself, Blade Master? I'm going to teach you all about the Kodai, okay? The void and the flame, okay? Here is the flame. Stare at this, Blade Master. Okay, you're saying you want to go out on dates with steak and then she'll run away? What if she likes you? What if she likes money? What if she likes land? What if she likes your father's house? What if she likes your best friend's pocket knife? Okay? What if? Right, Bam? You should have seen what I had before I cleaned it up for PG 13. It's tuna salad, but she could do other things with that mouth. Okay? I took that picture as like, do you really enjoy tuna salad that much? Shit. Fuck. Okay? And it's all for work. She crazy too. You know what? Because I promised you, and thank you, Bam, for not like going all army. Hey, motherfucker, you blew up my best friend in Iraq. I'm gonna punch you. You're both dead zombies. At best, your arm will fall off, Bam. Hey, Evron is also a zombie. It's funny to watch two zombies fight. It's like bum fights. Two bums fighting. None of you are actually that dirty, but if you have the bum mindset, let them fight. Just like in Chicago. You know, let him finish, let him fight. I salute. Or what voice do you want, Hebron? You have these choices. I'm going to give you 10 voices to choose from. Obviously, Jerry Allen Seinfeld, but he's number 7. No more Jew wars until you just decide to war again. So anyway, at 0, it's Sean Patrick Hayes of Will and Grace. 1, Sean John Puffy Combs, who's under investigation for parties. Two, Sean Justin Penn of Madonna fame. 3, Sean Patrick Kennedy of Fox News. 4, Godfrey Danchima. Well, you need a black guy. 5, Ethan Oliver Ralph of the Kill Stream. 6, Jerry Allen Seinfeld of Benson and Seinfeld and comedians in cars getting coffee. 8, Louis. No, no, is it 8? Russell Tyrell Jones, otherwise known as Old Dirty Bastard, Dirt McGirt, from the Wu Tang Clan, dead but still a ghost, a vengeful ghost. 9, Louis Sekeli, who I know is Louis C.K., doing all sorts of stupid shit. And finally, Jimmy Carr, who is different from the other Jimmy. I think the pedo. Sean Hannity? Okay. It's very hard to do Sean Hannity. The great one, Mark Levine. I just had to do it. So make sure you're the writer here. Like if we're doing SNL, you're the head writer, Hebron. I am merely the guest host. Let's say Alec Baldwin, reading all your lines because I said to him. I said so. Yeah, yeah, Jimmy Seville, right? Him. The guy who's like basically send me all your young kids and I'll fuck him on the ass. And then he died from AIDS or something. What the hell is 710 war? It doesn't matter. You know? It's all fake wars. This is all a dream sequence. I have a lighter and a Bible. I don't know if you guys can see it. And then why don't I apply the lighter to the Bible? I've been trying. It's just like that would be a really bad idea. 77. What are you doing, Wignet? I like all these, basically, um, uh, Chicom and whatever. Do you guys know Paul Miller? Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna play something. Hold on. For all with sensitive ears, I suppose you could get earmuffs. For all with sensitive ears, I suppose you could get earmuffs. Go watch, SpongeBob. All of the things for kids. This is for what happens next in the audio is for adults only. Traffic 103.5 SKTU, at least. Knate, like, why not KNAVE, Blade Master? Unless you want to be like Mace Master, or like Stabbing Master, or Sweaty Master, or like, a sweaty, like, a towel master. Hi, it's my first date. Whoa! Smush it on her face. Assert dominance that way. Okay? Are you all adults over 18 who can handle, let's say, the N word and F slur? If not, kiddos, go finish all your school and update your resume and, change the world with activism and stuff like that. Okay? If you're all adults and jaded and want to kill yourself, well, you come to the right place. Always bring a friend. Kennedy's opening theme. Do you even know how to sing it? How are you going to sing it? And I'm not going to collab with you, but you see how Bam doesn't really knee jerk you again. Well, I hit you a couple times, so have a seat. You're my best friend now. Okay? He's probably busy farming XP to defeat Mark Mace. So, Hannity, the great one, Mark Levine, has a thing to say about all this Mamzani whatever thing. And first of all, this guy wants to globalize the Intifada. Yeah, we're not stupid. That's just something Palestinians say. No, fucker, that's something you say. He's like not elected, but nominated. That's an N word. You know that? The Democrats decided, you know, and Hannity is like, let Cuomo run and all the Democrat. That will dilute the vote. Like, what's his guy's name? Silva of the Guardian Angels. He's the uncontested Republican nomination. And guess what? I'm a fucking registered Republican. They want to kill all brown people. I'm all for it. I want to see what happens next. If Jesus comes, mass resurrection, didn't work, assholes. Our turn. Come the brownies. All right? Globalize, enchilada. I don't give a shit. Enchiladas all over the world. There's t shirts from Mexico. Make America Mexico again. Mama. Do you all have mothers? Isn't it the point of all your mom jokes? So, without any further ado, I'm going to presume that, one, silence is consent and permission and assent to hear all my thoughts about certain world events. Yeah, Curtis, that's his name. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson Silva. You don't know how he does whiteface. Curtis, like the real one, is probably vacationing all over the world with his wife on Air Force One, and he hired 50 Cent to go whiteface or latex mask from China. So far, so good. It's going to end up that you, like New Yorkers, will elect as a Republican Curtis Jackson 50 Cent. It's going to be the greatest reveal. I'm breaking this news only to you guys because you've been kind of sort of loyal. You could be watching all sorts of other shit, but exclusively to you. Whether you believe me or not, I know Curtis. Been shot like 7 times and still walk with a limp. Yeah, I mean, Eric Adams hasn't decapitated me. Did you know that Muslim nannies would go to England or whatever, a closet, and decapitate babies and say, la 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 la? And I saw a video of this. I was like, fuck. Yesterday, I was telling people, what's not really nice? Waking up next to my bed and her head is still attached. That's really awesome. And my knees work. And driving around and seeing all these other New Yorkers with attached heads and working knees. You know what I mean? In some respects, I'm Israeli like that. I'm sure he did an upset. Cuomo called him up and said, "Yeah, that's good. I'm going to go yell at all my staff now because they gave me the wrong shit to hit you with. I'm running as independent. That's fine. Mayor Adams is running in. At this point, I could run independent. All I need is one vote. If you're the man, you have the vote. If the guy who's really running the world decides to abdicate in my favor, all I need is that one fucking vote. The rest of this electoral process, I got 92,000 votes. Doesn't matter. The main guy, if he decides you're going to take over for a day, tomorrow, let's see, well, you actually did better and you can continue. I'm going to be fucking off on a vacation. Yes, I've had to review. Did you know that he was Attorney General for New York? I fucking forgot. I had to go research Wikipedia. And his resume is very impressive. When it came time to kill all the old people in nursing homes, he didn't hesitate. All the ruthless people are respected. It's like, damn, I wouldn't do that, but you just did. Silva is gonna win, but you know what? Just like in any movie with a reveal, McClane, I did whatever. You ever watch Die Hard? It's like, you're one of them. Ew, you're gonna kill me. You have all those guns. And Hans Gruber pretends to be this. Okay? That's Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Tell me I'm wrong. Whatever you see in Fox News, I'm Sean Packer, Kennedy. We talk with the great one, Mark Levine, and now a special guest, the one who's going to win it all in New York City, Curtis Silva. Hi, everybody, blah, blah, blah. It's on Fox News. I just watched it. Really? Okay, so to all people listening at this stupid bodega or whatever, or even fucking Whole Foods, Kanye West did this. I want all my fans to leave. I want you to boycott this fucking store so my very good friend Benjamin Seaman can have his pick of all the soda without pushing fat broads aside. Can we do this? Since I'm effectively radio. Okay, now I'm going to play the Paul Miller video. Most children, if not all, would be like, this is boring. Look at his beard. It's so dumb and stupid. Let's watch something more like World Star and Chimp Out videos. Okay? Here we go. So, anyway, the N word was said many times. And there's always going to be people like, call me this, trying to create a situation. And then you're an effing N word. And then it's like, who? Me? Like, you're a coward, let's say. Okay. Like, call me coward. W- I want you all to look at all the feds surrounding me right now with SWAT. Because I haven't done anything wrong. Here I am. And you see all the federal agents, and that's a bird. Look at all the special weapons and training surrounding me. Hi, bird. As that they only sent one bird from SWAT. It's highly trained, but it's like I'm hungry. Special, like, working and training for food. Hi, bird. You want some cinnamon raisin bread? Better than the grass. Okay. Like, you want some bread? I'll give you some bread, bird. Here. Like SWAT. You know what? Damn it! I'm just like throwing bird bread at a bird. And this bird, SWAT or not, is so dumb. I'm hungry. I'm pecking. There's literal good food on the floor. The pigeons in Times Square love this shit. And he's like, I'm a snob. I want the top seeds of all time because that's for peons and scrubs and employees only. Oh, God. All right. So I've noticed in the bus, Chatterbox Nouveau, which is French and Palestinian friendly, that you can't really say the N word outside of maybe a few chatters who have said it so much that they actually are certified, or psychotic. Bam, I'd like to see it. Well, like, just spell it out. Do is gay or something for the JKK. You know, membership is swelling. There's so many. Even that guy Paul Miller, he sells gag guns on ChatterBait or something that says the N word, and it's like, just email me at this thing, and we'll mail it to you, and it's just like Pepe Flags merch. It's a gag. It's a prank. Just kidding. Clan is a four-letter word. So is news, and so I guess like real. You know, like you could be the NYPD Bambunga. Nobody, I wouldn't prosecute you. I would say, hey, he's probably NYPD now. He was Army. He served in Kuwait. He wants to get back in. Not a problem. Like Cuomo. Cuomo was Attorney General, and then he was governor, and now he wants to be mayor. It makes sense to me. You know, I'm not gonna vote against you. You welcomed me into the JKK, just like Herb welcomed me into the Quitters, and Hebron welcomed me into the lawsuit fucking thing. I don't know if he filed, but the threat of lawsuit litigation is enough. Lawyers will promise, I'll make your life a living fucking hell for all time unless you rescind your thing. We will spend, normally we would just spend 50,000, but we have more than that. Anyway, I'm probably going to go back to the bus because I'm going to read my Bible. This is not the New American Bible Revised Edition. This is the NAB, you know, like basically original. No revisions at all. And it's very cool. Smells like church. Mmm, yummy. This thing can sit on my face all day. You know what I mean? And for all the pervs thinking, like, whatever, I would rather have my nose buried in a book, like the Bible, than any fleshy part of some, like, retarded child will just poop in my face or something. That's dirty and stupid. Books do not create feces, poop, or even sweat and blood. That's my position in all this. I'd rather read a book, you know? Sometimes people are too oversexed and you're not rooted in Christ. So anyway, Bam, I don't know how to enable XP in here, but I'll just pin a message or something. You know, Beez, Beez, which is another four-letter word. Now I'll just make a acronym out of it. Um, Better Electric Engineering Zero. You know, there's only zero level, basic level. Basically, you said that you got blown 5 or 6 feet from an anti-personnel mine. What if it was like 500, 600 feet, and you were that resilient like Superman? Maybe that happened, and you mentally clocked it down. It's like, people won't believe I flew 500, 600 feet without crashing and destroying all my bones. So yeah. So I only flew like 5 or 6, just like you humans. See, Haley Joy, you are so passionate. You remind me of this other guy, the Warrior Adam. It was basically like the Chicago part of you, like the Tim Pool, like liberal or medium or like middle left or whatever the fuck, you know? Just passionate people. I love passionate people because just like Grimlock from the Transformers, if I'm Optimus Prime, Grimlock, take all your Dinobots and attack the Decepticons. About 2 minutes later, what's the damage? They're all dead. Cool. Sorry about that, megafuck. You faggot. Made me use my Decepticon thinking Dinobots. Okay? I'm pretty sure you could solo all of Israel if sufficiently pissed. You're ready to strike at Hebron. Here's payback, motherfucker. I was just doing my business, innocent as all hell, and you had a bad day, epic meltdown, and you timed me out for 64K seconds. And I've been waiting for the day to do it freely in a private area. Boom, boom. Then you calm down. It's like the fucking Hulk. I look forward to you deposing Mark Mays and getting the #1 crown. My only remaining mission in all this, as far as the chatterbox goes, is convincing Mark Mays to turn off XP, just like Joe Smith does. You move up a spot, and then, like, I don't know if Mike will do it, because if he builds up all that XP so fast, he'll be back on top in about 2 months, which is enough time for you to, like, rule, you know? You make sure Mark Mays has a hard time getting to the top. But if I fail and he's still whatever, then that's all she wrote. Okay, you'll be #2 for all time. Not so bad being an adjutant because like he went to Sty and those guys are overzealous, overachievers. Every day I think he gains like 8,000 points. Don't know how he does it. He cheats, he exploits, but then like why wouldn't an army need a guy who can cheat and exploit like Mark Mays? Darren tried to trigger him, and it's like Indian, and that's it. He was praising Darren is like, and watch, Darren's going to say something, and Nate took the bait, and now he steamrolls all over him. People who commentate don't think it's going to happen to them next. So unless they're really high level strategic, I'm just like, hey, steamroll. And I've observed Darren. I can have a lot of comments about him. Hey, Bruce, my guy, you sound very different, and your apartment is very meager. Do you have like 50 kids and they put them all through Cambridge? It's like, I do all this from an apartment. Like, I know a few Puerto Ricans that have like 46 brothers or something. I think, like whatever happened, are you still banned from the bus? Because I can't do nothing about that. I myself was like, not in good graces with Johnny, but I managed to piece it out somehow. You know, I just remember like one of our bits. It's like, Hostetter, you got 15 minutes. This is a comedy seller. Go. And the time pressure got you on. You were switched on, man. All I had to do every 3 seconds or something, or like real minutes, 14 minutes, bros. Like the red light. You want to join the JKK? It's basically simple. It's like the Ku Klux Klan, but we're just kidding. So instead of like putting crosses on like let's say this on his front yard, we just haul out like a barbecue pit with three mini crosses, very tiny crosses, and then set it in fire on the grill. And then it's like, what the fuck is all this? I deserve something bigger. Welcome to the neighborhood. And then yeah, like Raptor Johnny Brooklyn, he knows about all that. Does not care. He's so high all the time. He's like, I'll report. Like, first defense, YouTube. Come on. Like, that shit. And it works, too. It eventually, like, you single handedly took down the Steven? You sure? You know, like, there's some people who said, like, rob the Fed. And the feds had to take it seriously. And then it's like, maybe you want to set certain streams to unlisted and then see who comes. And only the people you trust, because terrorism, right? Oh, I have a thing like short. I don't know if you watched it. Oh, also Bruce, thank you for like doing the picture, like Nate Mendez talking to all the busts or something, and it's just a guy playing a banjo. I like that. You got some real skill in Photoshop and taking streams down. 1 second. Mature adults in all this, and the feds should be able to understand a gag, a prank, a joke. Somebody's on their rag. They didn't take all their meds today. So you say things you regret. This is an example of all that. Don't even think about it. Okay? So a little bit of eye candy from the JKK. That bitch crazy enough to join the KK. I mean JKK. She's really nuts. Either her boyfriend got deported, or even worse, her boyfriend didn't get deported. Take him out before he hits me again. Like that shit. I reported him to ICE agents, and they're like, no thanks. You deserve each other. I think about the exact opposite. Like, if somebody doesn't get deported, even the ICE agents or like deputized correction, yeah, you're a bitch and you need a husband like that. You're a fucking loopier in a nut bar, you know? And I'm sure in the army, people like that. We're gonna kill all the enemy. Just kill him, kill him, kill him. Kill that tree. Now kill that other tree. Now kill that grove. Now punch that mountain, you dumb bitch. It's like, they think I'm this one woman army, and you get free labor out there. Like, or you punched all the mountains, paint my house. Just prove that you're better than a man for free. Yeah, some women are like that. You gotta rechannel all that rage into productive, creative chores. Me, I used to have that rage, and I did it to creep pervert shit. And then they wanted me to switch it back to war. I'm like, I'm having fun, like suggesting tuna salad is my cock. It's only 2 inches in brown, but still, it depends on the woman beginning. You know what I mean? And then redheads and Irish people have all the luck in the world. All right. Any suggestions, Bam? Like, body cam videos. You were saying something in chat. Like, you want to start a channel where you phonetically translate, like, whatever the things. Officer, that's not my job. I know all my rights. Oh, officer, stop beating me on the pavement. I'm not like, but because they think they know the law, but they don't. If you're under suspicion, like I've watched the George Floyd video. If that guy just said like, "Stop! What's this all about?" Yeah, he tried to pass $100 bill. Don't do that. Goodbye. But he's like, "I want to go home." He self escalated until they killed him. That's how dumb some people are, man. It's like, oh, I didn't know. First defense. My friend gave me $100 bill. That motherfucker, counterfeit. Shit. I didn't know. First defense officer. Here you go. I'm gonna beat the shit out of my black friend for passing me a counterfeit. Because one thing I know in this world, officer, are two rules. You can't outrun a walkie-talkie and never bribe a real law enforcement with counterfeit money. Lesson learned. He would have been a real black hero. You can do that? Oh gosh, he just defused the situation. What is you doing? Officer, what what is your name and badge number? One, you're making the officer fear for his life. You're asking questions. Let me see your license. But I don't have. You're gonna have to. You know, because once you get the name and badge number, I'm gonna give it to my husband or my son or my uncle or my nephew, and they're gonna kill you. You have to be ready. Is like name, badge number. So abuse of power, it says here, and cattle mutilation, and that's not all. They always want to refer to wait till my husband gets here or wait till my block get here. No, she's the man on point. She has to be the judge and say, listen, you remember all your oaths to the Constitution. Abuse of power. You know what that is? Let me educate you on the little card. I ain't got no license, slave master, slave catcher. Well, then, if that's my role, bitch, you a slave. I just caught you. Back to fucking work in the plantation. Don't give them a role where they're winning. That's why you're a valuable resource. You keep posting all of these body cam videos, but it's very expensive to maintain. Like this one is minimal, you know. Anytime I feel like live streaming, I do it. I don't need a studio. All I need is nature and my Bible. And then some people come in. I make 3 people smile. That's all I need. My family is very small. If I can make my dad, my brother, and my wife smile, I'm happy. You don't need an audience to be changed in this world. Just like those officers, they come home. You won't believe what this black lady thinks. I ain't got no license. You ain't finna get my license. Or it's like, ma'am, you stole $800 worth of things, and we caught you. Don't touch me. There's like an African guy. I'm not touching you. I'm touching that bag which you stole. Get off me. No, I'm not letting go. He assaulted me sexually with his penis. Let's check the footage. No, he didn't. Stop jokes always make me laugh. It's just like a thing. It's like he tried to branch out, and somebody said, bro, no tree can produce a branch that big." And then there's people, it's like when I was doing that didn't do nothing thing before I joined the force, it's just like, let me just holler at you for a second. I'm black too. You call me Uncle Tom, I will betray you. You stupid. You have all the power. Slave catching Uncle Tom. Then I won already, stupid. Call me uncle. Like, where are all my presents, uncle? Bitch, what the fuck you talking about? You're my uncle and shit. I ain't never seen that on body cam. We related. I'm your cousin. Don't be touching my pussy. That's done on a white person too. Like, oh god, there's this one. Is like basically a redneck guy, but he has a black best friend, and then he's like, "Hey guys, I want to. Here's a message for all of you best friends. Never be afraid to tell your black best friend that you love him." And he's like, "I love you, bro. Yeah, me too." And then he says to, "Now you all know we're lovers." And the black guy is like, "Man, turn that shit off." Now, for some of you who are deadly serious, laugh a little, dude. These are called jokes. Bruce and Bam are basically the same person in different places. Bruce likes a very tiny apartment with a lot of figurines and stuff. I saw that video. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. He must be either a lot of nephews and nieces and just like, I'm poor so that they can be rich. And I admire that about you. Bam is like he talked to this Russian thing, politely gave her hope. Maybe I'll see you, maybe not. But I think you like men. But it's a nice gesture, you know. I'll find you a nice man someday, Bam. Somebody who served like in Russia or something, you know, or a black guy. I don't know. Blame it on the black guy. You feel helpless. Oh my God, I feel like ghetto hood. This chimp had nose fingering. I don't know. Oh, if Noah from the chat comes in, he told me, and he wrote this out. So he's the one who introduced his rule. Like he's Nigerian, you know. That means Nigerian, but with a different pronunciation. So with the IAN, you can say it, you know, like Experian, Nigerian, you know, because there's an actor in 21 Jump Street called name is Dustin Nguyen. So you just stretch it out, Nigerian. You know, you're no Aryan, you're an Aryan. You know what I mean? So and I've noticed YouTube captions, even my name, Nate Mendez, they keep changing the Z to an S. At that point, I gave up. Like technology cannot do it. So this while you're unable to start your own stream, feel free to use my stream to like bounce ideas of how to pronounce it phonetically, to caption what the black woman is saying, because you probably know a lot more about that. Like, please don't kill me in my village. Well, I'm gonna. Whatever that means, Like, I know a little bit about soldiers. They are just following orders, getting things done. No matter what language is like, you were gonna say that. I'm gonna do what I was ordered to do. That's. Like I tried arguing with my commanding officer, and he went up north, and I hate him so much. But I gained so much like experience from hating him. Who else am I gonna hate now? That yeah, but yeah, like I get warnings. They gave up the mods. I keep saying it because I was chosen by the black people. Two black people came up in real life, and it's like they needed Newports for their weed, and it's like, yeah, here's a cigarette. And it's like, oh, this isn't white people's cigarette. This is Newports. You're a real Nigerian. I was like, yes sir, yes sir. Niggardly is also and snigger. That's another normal word. It was like instead of snickering, or chortling or smirking, you snigger. It's a word. Look it up and read your book. I'm not using it offensively in a harmful way, not inducing, inciting violence. I'm just reading from the dictionary. You know, in the Bible, I looked. Does Jesus ever snigger? He never laughed at all. Very rarely. Maybe when he was whipping people, but he rarely laughed. Even like crucified and shit. So it's a real big win to get a belly laugh out of Jesus. Hey Lord, bam, and Bruce got some jokes. And then what's really funny is you can't make him laugh at all. That's funny, like Norm. When he was doing the correspondence dinner and like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama was like, we gotta like give this guy cancer. Like yeah, laugh now, funny man, and all that. Let's see who's laughing last, and that's funny. He told funny jokes, and they didn't laugh. I tell unfunny jokes, and you guys laugh. That's hilarious to me. I'm aiming for like telling the truth like a prophet. Jerusalem will burn in all of these days, not while the Jews are around. I'm like, okay, I give up this prophet shit. Mayor Eric Adams has my city sewn up so tightly he has to invent crimes. I've documented vandalism at least 50 times in my streams. And he's like, well, boys will be boys. He used to be a transit cop, man. So if Silva wins, there's just going to be a lot more enforcement instead of defund the police. They call them clowns. But it's like some of these clowns are very highly trained. I don't think they're real clowns at all. I think they may be ex military dressed up as clowns, the uniform. And they've worn worse, like, children's guts and intestines. Like there's a Muslim nanny who decapitated a baby and waved it all around. And it was on video. I was like, this is the world I fucking live in. Anyway, I recommend tuna salad because Mind loves tuna salad. It's the best tuna salad. Turns out if you mix Thousand Island dressing with your tuna salad, it's really delicious. You know? Is there fuck? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that one. Here's the rumors about Mind. Probably Sabrina is like, "Oh, you're talking shit against Mind." I've been in his stream. The first stream he was in is like, "Yeah, I live in a shitty apartment with my mom, and I got the rope on the electric fan already and ceiling fan." And I looked at his weight, and I looked at the fan, and it's like, "That's not gonna work. You're too heavy." If you had a banister outdoors or a fire escape, maybe, but the ceiling fan is drywall. It's not gonna work. But just in case, I was like, so let's talk about something else. And then he started talking about tuna salad. But the scuttlebutt is he goes to Latinas, and it's like, if you don't suck my dick, you're a transphobe. So it's blackmail, emotional. And then if you try to expose him, he'll block you. That's fine. But you ever play handball? Like, there's a rule. If you intentionally block, like that means like the ball is coming between your legs, and then you move, try to block somebody hitting it. Like they get the point. Okay, so if he blocks you, you get the point. It, that's basically it. I don't know if they do that in war, but in handball they do. It's just like underhanded, just like ceasefire. Oh, you agreed to ceasefire, but you nuked my home city. That's block. You know what I mean? It's just like a whammy or the Samson action. I hope you're all learning something. I'm learning that these snotbirds won't even like take cinnamon raisin. There's cinnamon raisin all over the floor, but they're like, I like hand-picked cherries from Madagascar. Because the people here are much more superior to you. Like Sabrina. People will block you. They blocked you from opportunities. The Veterans Administration, not service related. What are you gonna do? Burn it down? Go for it, bam. Do the JKK treatment. Bring a grill to the Veterans Administration with 3 popsicle crosses, set it on fire. I'll see you on the news. Fuck, fuck the Veterans Administration for blocking me. You know, frankly, I want you to get like total knee replacement, total brain replacement, become a cyborg, Terminator, kill people for me. You know, it's like welcome to the JKK. I thought you were peaceful people, all of you. Just kidding. A lot of feds are undercover too. I seen a lot of these disclosure. Like you called the cops, you don't know the entire situation here, and it's best if you back off because you're gonna regret all of this. And I've been very patient explaining to you for 20 minutes. All you have to do is show ID. Again, you may not be aware of certain geopolitical movements, so I'm telling you, back the fuck off like that. You know? Finally, all four feds show their thing. We are undercover, and you are impeding an ongoing federal investigation that may or may not result in lives lost, including your own and your family. So fucking back off. You know, just a suggestion. All right. I'm probably I will entertain the fact that Mind is a trans fed. Because if he blackmails that much about transphobe, Islamophobe, and anti-Semite is within his thing. You know what I mean? So what I do is I assigned him in quitters to make the tuna salad. He likes that, and I suggested maybe you want to put Caesar. He tried it. He liked a little bit, and we're moving from federal snitch to tuna salad connoisseur. Okay, so say goodbye to redhead over here. Her name is Kelly. It's up to you guys if you like her a lot to find out what her last name is. You know, that's a little bit of assignment for the JKK. If you thought I was going to tell you all about her, just kidding. She might be